How's it going, everybody? We are here for my Dremel 3D20 or Idea Builder unboxing and review. I am really excited for this. I've done this before with my monoprice Voxel that I got. You guys will have to go watch that, but I use Linux and it is not good for Linux. If you want to know why, there's also a video on that on my channel, so make sure to check that out. But right now we're going to get into the unboxing and review. So as you can tell right now, I'm unboxing it. What I'm going to do while unboxing is I'm going to go over the printer specifications. It's the Dremel 3D20. It has a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, prints PLA. I think that's all it really prints. I don't remember. I don't have a list of specifications up. I'm just going off the top of my head. It's a nice printer. It's got a removable build plate, so you don't have to try and get the build off of the plate inside the printer. You can take that out. It also holds the filament inside. The only thing about that is it only fits a certain size of spool, so you can print an external holder. If you're using Windows, you can connect to the printer via their software. If you are using Linux, I advise you're going to need an SD card, and you're going to want to download Cura and then get the Dremel 3D20 add-on. And then it works fairly well. I'll show prints here in a little bit, but yeah, it works really pretty dang well. There are some things that I will go over that I wish was a little bit better, but yeah, I'll let you guys go ahead and finish the unboxing, and I will catch you all once the unboxing's done. Alright, so now on to the print time lapse. So while these are going, I'm going to be talking about the pros of this printer. It's enclosed. For me, I needed that because I'm inside of my family office, kind of. It's where just my family hangs out. It's where all the computers are and stuff. And I have my siblings running around, so I didn't want a open 3D printer. The user interface is very user-friendly. Big touchscreen, big icons, easy to use. The leveling system, it's not automatic leveling, but it is fairly simple. So that is really nice. Just how simple it is really nice. You literally, it'll get it to a spot, and you twist knobs on the bottom, and you slide the paper in and out underneath, and until there's a little bit of resistance, then you go to the next spot, and it works really well. I haven't really encountered much problems with the leveling system. Lid comes off, the door opens as a magnet, closed so it just stays closed. It's a pretty nice print. And with that, I will catch you all once the print time lapse are done. Alright, so now we got some pictures of the prints here, and I'm going to go over some of the cons. So we're going to start out with the Benchy. It was the very first Benchy I did, and as you can tell, it did not print well. Now this is the first print I sliced and printed. The first print I went straight off the printer and printed their test print, as you can see right here. It's the frog on top of the Dremel Digilab logo with the build on the side. Now it printed really well. I was pretty happy with it. Some of the overhangs, there's a couple spots where I wasn't too happy with. As you can see underneath the arms, just didn't do too well. Other than that, it did really well. I was very impressed for the first print. But yeah, then I went and printed the Benchy, and it got worse from there. The front slope was really terrible. Underneath, there's supposed to be text down there, and it did not turn out well at all. The little circle hole thing on the back is terrible. Like, it didn't get enough filament or something, and it's just depressing. The overhangs on the door were pretty good, and the holes in the front, they were pretty good, but it wasn't very impressive. I printed that with Slicer or Slice 3er if you're the 3D professor. Is that? I feel like that's what his channel name is. I forgot. I'll put it in the video right here. But yeah, I printed it with Slicer, and I looked up the settings on just online, and I found some settings that somebody was using, and they said it worked well. I'll post a video for the basic settings and the stuff to get this running later on, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. But let's get back into this. Then I did tweak with those settings. Didn't tweak any of the settings that he said. Like, nothing different. Just put in the stuff that he said to do, and this one came out. Now the bottom and the edges are so much better, like extremely better, but the overhangs were terrible. It made some things better, it made some things worse, so I was very not impressed with that. But it was getting in the right direction, so I went ahead and tweaked some more settings. I shrunk the layer height, and I think I sped it up or slowed it down. I don't remember. But I did that, and it turned out like this. Now again, the sides are nice, the bottom's nice, but the overhangs, they're a little bit better, but they're not that much better. So I wasn't that happy or impressed with it. So then I went ahead and I printed this one. Now this one was with KRAZIE with the plugin, and on the bottom you can actually see the text for the first time. So there's a shout out to ct3d.xyz. But yeah, you can actually see that, and the edges, they had these dots popping up on the sides, and I don't know what that was from. Now again, I didn't tweak any of these settings. These were just straight from the KRAZIE plugin. So yeah, and the little pipe thing on the back again was terrible, like the first time. But the overhangs, they were pretty good. I was happy with the overhangs. There is that little indentation on the front that I'm not too happy with, but other than that, it's pretty dang nice. So I went ahead and I tweaked some of the settings myself to try and fix mainly that side, the bumpiness. And I did. I think all I did was shrunk the layer height because it was at like 0.2 or something. And I did. And it turned out really nice. The outside turned out really nice. Overhang was pretty good on the holes up front. The smokestack in the back, I think that's what it's called, the smokestack. I don't remember. But the little pipe on the back was really good. But I was in the middle of a call and I wanted to show the people on the call my print that was going, because I couldn't really move my webcam too far, so I had to move my printer over. And I ended up unplugging the printer mid-print. So yeah, it didn't finish printing. So that stank. But yeah, those are all the benchies I printed. Now, that last one, the edges look nice. I think it would have been really nice if I'd finished it. So I went ahead and just went on printing from there. But let's go back. There's this other print, the Baby Yoda print. I did it with the slicer settings after I think it was with the same, it was the second time I tweaked it. I put in the settings from online, and then I tweaked them, and I printed that benchy, and then I printed this overnight. And it printed better than I thought it would, especially on the shirt or whatever he's wearing. That printed pretty dang well on the edges. The sleeve, where the sleeve and the shirt meets, was terrible. The hands were absolutely garbage. The overhangs, also garbage. The face, you can tell there's so many lines. And the ears, underneath the ears, were terrible. Top of the head, terrible. So I was not impressed. So then, after I got all the Kira stuff done, I went ahead and printed it again. And it changed drastically. So much better. The shirt, again, is pretty good. Where it connects, the shirt and the sleeve, I wasn't too impressed. The hands are a little bit better, still not the best. That might just be the slicing software though, because they're very small. The face is drastically better. Like, barely any lines on there. The top of the head's really good. It did where the print ended, it just pulled right up and there's a little bump. I think I could just sand that down, it looked fine, but the ears were a whole lot better too. Like, insanely better. But there are still a little bit, because that's where the supports were, and the supports didn't turn out too well getting those off and stuff, so that kind of stinks. But I was really happy with that compared to what I had before. So I went ahead, I was like, okay, I'm going to print one more test print. And I printed this 3D printer test print. And there were parts that I was really happy with, like the wall on the side where it says 3D printer test was really nicely done. The little straight just blocks basically were done pretty well. The text on top was not readable. There's the whole test, that's like the only one you can read. But the stringing on the little pipes that come up are terrible. The bridges were pretty good. I was pretty okay with that. The pipes that come up were not very impressive. But the main thing was the overhang. The overhang was terrible. And this little bridge, well, it's not even a bridge, it's like a diving board with a little edge on it. That was also terrible. So it cannot print over open ground, that is for sure. But that overhang, I think it's because it's open ground. It's terrible. So you want to have supports with this printer. That is for sure. If you guys know anything, any ways to get rid of some of the problems I'm seeing now that you guys can see them, please join the Discord, links in the description, and let me know, because I'm new to this. I have a few buddies and I watch videos on YouTube, but I'm really new to this, so if you guys can put that down in the description, that'd be great. So yeah, let's go back to that Baby Yoda though. That was the best print I've had so far. That and the original frog showing up right now. Those were the best prints I've had. But then I put in black PLA filament that I bought from Dremel when I bought the printer. It came with the white filament, but I went ahead and bought the black filament because I knew I wanted another roll. And I put it in, and it's just not printing well now. I put that stuff in. I did what it said. I cut it. I cut the filament, and then it told me to insert because it was heated, so I did, and all that. And ever since I put that in, it's not sticking to the build plate. I mean, it is in certain spots, but it's not, and when it starts to lay down filament, it moves like a long ways from where it should have started, and then starts setting it, like it's trying to set it down, but it's just not sticking for so long, and then there's just a clump of filament. And I don't know what to do. I am really confused on why it's doing that. I think it's the nozzle. I'm gonna try and clean that out and see if that's the problem. If you guys know, again, join the Discord and let me know, because I am really confused. But hopefully I can get that running and get some more prints out. So that is my review. Well, let's recap the review. Unboxing, it was boxed very well. There you go. Nothing really about that. Printer specifications, it's got an okay build volume for all I need. Eventually I'll get a big one, of course. Probably once I either get my own room or move out or something in a few years. But I'll eventually get a big one. But this will work for now. The prints, they started out from the printer. The already sliced just on the printer turned out really well. Getting that same quality print on stuff like Cura and Slicer, it has been really difficult. So if you're not going to use their software, if you're on Linux, then you got to be a little bit techie. But if you're on Linux, you're going to be techie, most likely. If you're on Windows, throw in their software and it'll work fine for you. Just go ahead, throw that in, boom, you'll be good. This printer is, I am pretty impressed. I still, if you're a beginner and you are using Windows or Mac, get the monoprice box. Well, that's my recommendation. But if you want something bigger, and if you want to use Linux, we'll see how the Dremel does. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll go on this journey together. Because right now I'm still learning and trying to get it to work, and the tips that I have I'll make sure to put on here so you guys can go along with me. But overall for this printer, I like it. It's a good printer. It is beginner friendly. Of course, like every printer, it has its things that you got to work out, but I am really enjoying this, and I hope that we can have a lot of fun with this printer. So yeah, as I said, 3 times already, make sure to subscribe so you can stay with me on this journey, and make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the review, if it helped you out trying to find a printer to buy. I also have a video on the channel about how to find a printer to buy. It's not like all those videos where they're like a whole bunch of questions. It's, I think, 5 or 6 steps to easily just find a printer, narrow it down, and you'll be good. I also have some Blender tutorials and like 3D modeling. Gonna have some animation, some game development, 3D printing. It's gonna be on here, so make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I will catch y'all in the next episode. Bye bye.